Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here, we're in nature, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. 10 simple ways to stop negative thinking. I have loads of questions around negative thinking, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey to stop negative thinking. Look, a lot is happening in the world right now. You turn on the news, it's full of negative stories. Certain times we're working in jobs that don't feel right. They feel negative. Sometimes you're lost and confused and you have a lot of negative thoughts. Will I ever live my life purpose? So let me ask you, do you have a lot of negative thoughts right now? Like right now? No, I thought not, because you're watching Infinite Waters. But afterwards you might. Look at it like this. Let's start with the first one. A lot of the times we have negative thoughts that come into our mind and instantly we try to get rid of them, not realizing resistance makes stronger. So what helped me was to actually sit with them. Look, I used to think about things which weren't serving me, and I would get so furious, I would try to get rid of these thoughts, like, go away, go away. But the harder I tried to get them out of my mind, yeah, the more they came. Actually, they multiplied. Terrible. What happened, Ralph? I invited these negative thoughts into my mind. I said, okay, come on. Let's have a negative thought party. And I sat with them, had a little conversation with them, looked them eye to eye. And it was really uncomfortable. Then it started to get a bit comfortable. I was like, okay, these negative thoughts I'm having aren't that negative. It's just how I perceive them. And that's the big secret. Whenever you try to get rid of negative thoughts, you've labeled thoughts good and bad. Shakespeare said, there are no good or bad thoughts. Just thinking makes it so. Okay, everything is about how you perceive certain thoughts. A negative thought for me is any thought which does not create inner balance. A positive thought are thoughts which create inner balance, a healthier homeostasis. But a great secret is to allow negative thoughts until eventually you realize that they are only negative because you are trying to get rid of them. When you invite them in, they no longer cause any harm to you. What's the second simple, amazing secret to clear negative thinking? Stop it. Change your programming. It's all BS belief systems. So if you look at your mind like software, okay, certain software is great. You're like, yay, I installed it. And certain software programs cause viruses and then they spread all throughout your body. That's not good. So once you change your programming, you got to ask yourself, where on earth am I getting these beliefs from? This programming which is shaping my thought structure. And it comes a lot of the times from images. Okay, because our subconscious mind, which governs over 90% of our everyday actions, is governed by images. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's why in this matrix, a lot of us, we're caught up in fear because of the imagery. So what I do is I always create better imagery for myself by coming into nature. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. When you start changing your programming, it's almost like you're changing your channel. A lot of us, we're tuned into negative mindsets. So all you got to do is change the channel. How do we do that? by making a conscious choice to say, I am no longer watching this. That's all we've got to do. But you see, we've been bred to watch a lot of bad news. I said, I pray for the day people focus on good news the way they focus on bad news. Slow motion that side. Polarity. We live in a world full of polarity, hot, cold, yin, yang, good, bad, when in essence, there are no negative thoughts once again, and there are no positive thoughts. There are only thoughts and attitudes you have towards your thoughts. Think about that. Well, once I started to change my programming to say, okay, I'm not just going to watch 5 hours of news. Do you know, back in the day, I always used to watch a lot of news just to see if I was missing out on anything. And then I realized, actually, this is creating a lot of negative thoughts for me. Obviously, I had to take responsibility, but I actually made a conscious choice to change my programming and change the channel. And then I started watching like nature programs and watching the cat down the road and stuff, and it was fantastic. So change your programming to change negative thinking. What's number 3? 7-day vegan challenge. Let's talk about it. What's helped me along my journey is I used to be very consumed by sometimes getting the right diet. I want to look this way. I want to look that way. And I used to cough a lot because I was eating the wrong foods. Lots of dairy, lots of mucus. Now I don't do that. Skip the diet. Just eat healthy. That has helped me to stop negative thinking. Because you see, negative thinking often emanates from a feeling of lack because we are seeking perfection when we are already perfect. You got a beautiful body, baby, because you're stuffing loads of watercress in your mouth. I dig that. Loads of strawberries, loads of apricots. But if you say, I got to be really strict on myself, don't you see it's never going to be good enough? Because you are trying to reach something which doesn't even exist. They don't even look like that in real life. Those models you see in the magazines is just Photoshop. Trust me, I know, I work in Photoshop. I can airbrush you and you'll look totally different. So when we talk about food and how it's linked into mood, a lot of us, we are eating foods which aren't serving us. They're full of junk, toxic garbage, and that's why our thoughts are very similar. So what helped me was to realize that I'm going to make the most delicious smoothie in the world today. That means we're going to have loads of acai in there, loads of maca, loads of spirulina. We're going to have loads of chia seeds, obviously, get the omega-3s going. Now I'm charged up. Now I'm feeling better about myself because I'm eating better. And now, all of a sudden, I feel great. Just because of a delicious smoothie, and it does wonders. If we would only realize how important food is in our mood, a lot of people would save themselves a lot of unnecessary thoughts which aren't serving them. It starts with the food, baby. What's number 4? Change your perspective. So, have you seen the meme of this woman crying? She's got a rose and there are hundreds of roses behind her. And then there's another woman with only 1 rose or no roses and she's still smiling, okay? It's just a matter of perspective. You see, a lot of us, we have negative thoughts because we're so ungrateful. We're so selfish, so self-centered that we can't even see beyond our own ego. And that was me along my early journey. I would have everything. Sometimes I would be on the beach, but still something was missing. And then I realized it's not where you are, it's where you are. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay? I've met people who are smiling in minus weathers. Okay? Some people who are crying and so annoyed in beautiful ocean scenery. Okay, so It's where you are, what kind of imagery you are creating in your mind that governs the kind of thoughts that you have. So changing perspective, what I love to do on a practical level is have a bird's eye view. Let's just say I wake up with a really negative thought. This thought could be, Ralph, the world is heading in a very bad place. People are still plugged into the matrix. Okay, now that thought, if I really believe that, it's not really a thought that's doing much for me. It's kind of negative, no solutions. No solutions. So what do? I change it around. I say the world is becoming a better place because I am making an active contribution to make it a better place. Can I get a hello? Okay? Just that simple change in perspective has just all of a sudden lifted my mood. Now I'm feeling so fantastic. Okay, so you change your perspective in any situation, any circumstance by focusing on solutions. I don't promote fear on this channel. If I did, I would run for president. Okay? Solutions, baby. Be solution orientated to stop negative thinking. What's number 5? Smile more. Fake it till you make it. Why? Because, you see, our facial features actually alter our blood chemistry. You are what you think, literally. So I've spoken about epigenetics, how our perception actually influences our DNA. Dr. Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief, goes into that even more. So I started to realize early on, oh my goodness, just by me changing what I'm doing with my facial structure, this is actually changing my DNA. This is actually changing my entire brain, thus changing my thoughts. So what are you doing with your body right now, with your facial feature, with your facial features? I meet a lot of people like this. Screw-faced. Then I ask them, how are you feeling? And obviously they throw a book at me. Okay, ever seen someone that's smiling even though you know they're going through a lot of crap, but you realize they're doing it because it's part of making them more healthy? And I do it all the time. Sometimes I may not be feeling my best, but I just smile, like smile at the clouds, smile at the cat down the road, smile at whoever is there. Okay? And all of a sudden, these negative thoughts you have, in essence, they become neutralized. You now move into a state of being, total meditation. Okay? So it starts with your body. Sometimes when you smile at people, they smile back. We're talking about mirror neurons. When you smile at the world hopefully smiles back. It's not smiling back? Don't worry about it. When you frown at the world will definitely frown back at you. Life in itself is the echo. I've seen it along my journey. When I was really negative, sometimes with my thinking, I attracted negative people towards me. All of a sudden, one moment I made a conscious choice to say, I'm just gonna smile more. That's all. Just smile more, at least 4 times a day. And then I started to meet other people who would smile. They would just be smiling to me. I would smile back. So make a conscious choice, a conscious habit to get into smiling more. It does wonders. Number 6, amazing way to stop negative thinking is to say 3 things, beautiful things, amazing things, fantastic things about yourself every single day. Write it down. So for me, I would say I've come a long way. Number 2, I've met so many people doing the 7-day vegan challenge. I've inspired a lot of people to eat healthy. Now they're also waking up with a bunch of grapes in their mouth. Whoa, that's a lot of grapes there. And number 3 is that my attitude is impeccable. Every day, write 3 things that you are proud of about yourself. Because we have thousands of thoughts where we're nitpicking what we're not doing right. I'm not good enough. My body isn't in the right shape. I'm not eating the right foods. I'm terrible. I'm not living my life purpose. I'm not where I want to be. So all of this negative thoughts that you are creating, when you aren't serving yourself, when you're telling them to your mind is now recording them into the subconscious. And what happens? Now this becomes your right. This actually now becomes your reality, because what you think becomes your reality. What you tell yourself becomes your reality, and what you do most often becomes your reality. So what helped me along my journey was praise yourself daily. And when people offer you compliments, take them with open arms. Say, yeah, I'm taking all of these compliments, okay? Take them and give yourself compliments. What's number 7? Breathing in that beautiful prana, baby. Get some fresh air, for goodness sakes. You've been in your room for like how long now? 5 hours on the computer. Why? We do this to ourselves. Then we wonder why we have all of this negative energy surrounding us, because of the subtle energies emanating from all of this technology. You see, a lot of us, we go to bed with our smartphone on, okay, and it's still vibrating, and we wake up and then we turn it off. Fresh air, ecotherapy. You see, nature is our home. We've just forgotten that. I made a conscious choice a long time ago to say 90% of my videos have to be in nature. And they will be. And they are. Because this is like $1 million studio. The lighting is beautiful. But also, I'm clearing my mind every time I make videos. That's why I've always got energy to share, baby. You see, a lot of us, we're in an office. The whole day, cloggy, stuffy atmosphere. The windows are closed, no fresh chi, no fresh prana. Therefore, our mind becomes very cloudy. Our mind becomes contaminated because we are in an environment which does not inspire us. So travel more. Take a nature trip, go hiking. For goodness sakes, I'll come with you. Where do you want to go? Let's go, baby. Okay, we're going right now. Nature loosens you up. We're just out here, just cruising. Simple, nice and easy. You see, buildings, when we talk of sacred geometry, nature is built on sacred geometry. Fibonacci sequence. Okay, golden mean, ratio. Certain architecture was created to give you negative thinking. That's why a lot of the buildings, they trap the energy flow. In a lot of cities, doesn't the energy feel really dense? And then you go to the ocean, feels beautiful. We're talking about the feng shui. How you arrange certain things, even in your own bedroom, shift the energy. That energy now impacts you to give you more positive thoughts, or simply just neutralize the negative thoughts you are having. It's all about, once again, surrounding yourself in more nature spaces. Number 8 is to don't hate, meditate. Now, I don't meditate as much as I should be doing, but I still meditate every single day. If I had it my way, I would meditate for at least 3 hours every single day. Now it's about 30 minutes. There was a time when I didn't meditate at all. I would just wake up, eat, go to work, come home, and I realized I was having so many negative thoughts. I was caught up in perpetual judgment, not only of myself, but of other people. You see, what is meditation? Meditation is the act of non-judgment towards oneself. When we are constantly thinking all the time, we are out of balance because we are caught up in judgment we are caught up in separation. Meditation is about the synthesis between the body, heart, and mind. In essence, it is about developing a greater coherency. So, meditation changes the structure of the brain. Studies have shown that from Harvard. Okay, you actually get a new brain. Stress decreases. You feel healthier. It actually improves your memory, decreases depression, decreases negative thinking, just by meditating. It's that simple. Okay, and a lot of people say, how do we meditate? Well, check out the video I did on that. It's so simple and it's so beneficial. What's number 9? Negative thinking is created through analyzing. Plain and simple. We are such good analyzers. We analyze practically everything. And I used to along my early journey, and I'm moving out of that. I'm moving into a state of what I call absolute being, where there is no mind, there is only sensation. When you move from the analyzer to the doer, to the feeler, to the beer, now negative thinking subsides. Why do we analyze? Because we have deep-rooted fears. In essence, we are striving to be accepted by the majority. The moment I started to realize the secret that people are going to judge you anyway, do whatever you like, have fun doing it, put a smile on your face, I realized I had nothing to lose. Because I'm not analyzing what I'm doing, therefore I'm not interested in analyzing other people. Because there is no perfection. I am not in control of anything. I surrender, I let go. Everything now magically takes care of itself. Isn't that something? Ever tried to control a situation, realize it's slipping out of your hands, and then keep thinking about it? You see, a lot of us, we try to analyze our past, saying if I had only done this, this and this would have changed. When you realize this simple secret, that it's all about surrendering and realizing your past doesn't define who you are. It has helped you get to where you are, but now you're in a whole new chapter of your life. So you, in essence, start changing your story. A lot of us, we have negative thinking because we are caught up in the past. We are caught up in a story which doesn't serve us. So every time I get a negative thought, I always ask myself this. See, negative thoughts are only in relationship they're only in relationship to 3 things: to yourself, to other people, and to circumstances and situations you can't change. So let's just say you have a negative thought about someone or about yourself or about a situation. Immediately, we are trying to analyze it. We're trying to become scientists. We're trying to change the situation in our mind. No, things don't change in the mind. Things only change when you actually do stuff, practically. Ask yourself, by me thinking negatively, is this changing anything? No. You know that. So why do you do it? Because you're addicted. That's fine. So let's shift this into a state of being, into a state of surrendering, into a state of allowing, where you realize that by me neutralizing these thoughts, by me not judging what I'm thinking, now my health is improving. What happens then and there? you now move into what I call radical action to find solutions. Ever been thinking about something and then you keep thinking about something which isn't serving you and then you can't stop thinking about it? It's the domino effect. A lot of people, they always focus on people who don't serve them. I say you owe it to yourself to think about someone who's actually been there. That's a responsibility you've got to take to say, actually, am I actually going to appreciate the people who have always been there for me in my life? You've got to decide that right now. And the 10th simple way to stop negative thinking, this is what's helped me along my journey, and I always share this with people, is to meet people. Get away from yourself for 1 second. It's beautiful to be alone. It's even better to meet your reflections. Slow motion that side. Negative thinking often comes because we feel we are the only ones going through whatever we're going through. Happened to me along my journey. I thought, gosh, the whole world is against me. The media are against me. The world is no good. The moment I started to share, I started to meet other people, and they also helped give me solutions. But just by getting it off my chest and sharing what I was going through with other people, phone a friend, baby. This ain't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but ask the audience, right? Your friends, okay? Ask them, talk to them, meet people, communicate. And all of a sudden, what you're going to see is that, whenever you meet someone, have you ever noticed that if you are becoming your greatest version, you don't want to bombard this person with a lot of negative thoughts. You want to give them something. So that's why a lot of people in beautiful love connections, even if they have negative thoughts, by them just offering themselves to someone else in their best light and manner, all of a sudden they create this beautiful energy. Okay? Together. So by meeting people, you move out of your mind, and now you share experiences, you work on solutions, but more so, you just have a great time. You have a beautiful time, baby. You aren't alone. We are all in this together. So there you have it. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Getting high. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.